Fall officially begins Monday with some trees already starting to show color.
But with warm temperatures and drought, this year's foliage might look a little different. Meteorologist Sarah Flynn has a closer look.
As our days get shorter and temperatures get cooler, leaves begin to change color across West Michigan. But exactly how does this happen? Well, it's a complex process and has to do with a chemical known as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the chemical that makes those leaves green, what we see for most of the year. That is made by ingesting water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight into the leaf, and it creates the food for the tree. But as our days get shorter and those temperatures get cooler, the plant takes notice and wants to prepare for winter. Essentially, it starts storing some of those nutrients to get through those winter months and to be reused by the time spring rolls around. So when chlorophyll production slows and then eventually stops, all those other colors already stored in the leaves begin to show. That includes our yellows, reds, and oranges, signifying the start of our fall season. While it's a guarantee that leaves will change in autumn, it's a gamble as to how vibrant and colorful they will be.
Some of the dry conditions can cause leaf color to occur a little bit later and then just be a little bit more briefer. It can also be a little bit less brilliant.
Currently, Holland is having the 5th driest year on record to date with just over 13 inches of rain. Kalamazoo, on the other hand, has seen nearly double that. But when it comes to fall colors, it's more than just the rainfall.
You can 100% expect the difference not only in locales, but also microclimates as you go maybe up and down hills, those low-lying areas that are frost pockets or areas where the cold air collects will actually start to turn color earlier, and obviously they may have more access to water.
With sunny days and cooler nights, the maples and aspens are typically the first tree types to change over. Regardless of the weather conditions, Crick says you can always count on some level of fall foliage.
We live in such a varied state with varied topography, from the lake shores to the interior, uplands, lowlands, that there's always going to be fall color wherever you go. So it's always worth the trip. Go out and adventure and enjoy Michigan's natural resources.
As we move towards the start of our fall season, the foliage may look a little bit different this year. It's been a dry year for lots of West Michigan cities, and we're still seeing some drought conditions. Not only can those drought conditions cause some stress on the trees themselves, which is why we may already be seeing some of that color changeover, it can cause a lot of those vibrant colors to be delayed, meaning that we'll see them later on in the fall. For us here in West Michigan, keep an eye out for that peak color activity towards the end of October and early November. Paired with that, we've had warmer than average temperatures for the last few weeks here. As we move towards the end of September, that warm stretch is expected to continue. That could eventually dull our colors if this pattern continues into the month of October and November, meaning we see a few more yellows and browns rather than those vibrant reds and oranges. And as we take a look across the state, I mentioned that we are seeing some of those pops of yellows and browns due to stress on the trees. This is a look over Michigan Tech. You'll notice some color popping there. Unfortunately, that's likely due to those ongoing drought conditions. Here's a look at our current fall color, though, across the state. Most of us are still seeing green leaves on those trees, and we'll likely have to wait at least 2 to 4 more weeks to start to really see pops of color in lower Michigan. But if you're headed up north for any reason, especially on the west side, near Marquette, that's where you could start to see some yellows and oranges beginning to pop. Very minimal color, though, still at this time. So when can you expect that peak color, the oranges, the reds that we all love? Hopefully we'll be able to get some more rainfall and see those sooner rather than later. But for the time being, early October for the Upper Peninsula and far northern lower Michigan. Most of West Michigan, though, will start to see those changes in late October and early November. Again, all contingent on hopefully a big pattern change here. We are expected to see above average temperatures into early October, but hopefully with the rain chances this weekend. And as we move into fall, we'll be talking about some of those reds and oranges popping up as soon as we can. It's one of our favorite times of the year across Michigan.